YouTube, my name is Magda. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I do a lot of health and fitness videos, health and fitness vlogs, and currently I am 22 weeks pregnant. I also love to share that journey with you as well. But today, this video is going to be focused on a drink that I like that helps with my thyroid function. Now, for those of you who already know, I am a health and fitness coach. It's always best to consult with your doctor prior to doing anything or trying anything new. I'm not a doctor. I'm not your doctor. This is something that I love to do and I love to try that I want to share with you. So please always consult with a doctor before trying anything new. So stay tuned.
She don't know I got the drop on her like, oh, they don't know I got the drop on them like.
When it comes to fitness, the thyroid gland is imperative to help to control the metabolism. Metabolism is what determines if you lose or gain weight. Just to give you a brief explanation of what the thyroid gland is, the thyroid gland is a butterfly-shaped gland. It controls the hormones for the metabolism, the brain, the heart, as well as other organs. So it's a pretty important gland that I like to make sure that I keep my thyroid functioning at the best peak that it can possibly function. And to do that, I make sure that I mix a concoction of ingredients together to help to support that gland. And I'm not going to go into the medical terms of hyperthyroidism. That's not my area. That's not my expertise. But just to tell you, for me and myself, I like to keep myself healthy and to keep my metabolism running at its highest peak. So these are the ingredients I'm going to share with you today. So right now I have cranberry juice, cinnamon, ground cinnamon, lemon, orange, and ginger root. All of these ingredients together helps to support my thyroid function. Iodine is a great aid when it comes to the thyroid gland. So cranberry has that iodine. You have the vitamin C inside of the orange and the lemon to help to control that gland as well. Magnesium that's in the ginger that helps to support, and it helps to also break down inflammation. Inflammation is the breeding ground for disease such as, cancer, diabetes. You know what? Let me just stop myself because, again, that's not my expertise, but inflammation is the breeding ground for diseases. So that's another important reason why ginger is an important root to use. And last but not least, cinnamon is also a great support for the thyroid gland as well. The brand that I love to use, the cranberry juice brand that I love to use is Lakewood 2.0. It's one of the purest cranberry juices that are out there on the shelf, and it's expensive, it's tart. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is not a juice that you can just go ahead and just chug down a whole 8 fluid ounce because it's very concentrated. So one thing that I like to do is pricier at Whole Foods. It's about $13, but you can also get it at other, grocery stores. You'll be lucky to find it there. But so far, I've been able to find this at Whole Foods for $13. And whenever I go and get cranberry juice, I make sure that it's organic. Of course, that's primary. Always go for organic. Another thing I always make sure I check is the sugars. It's only 11 grams of sugars in 8 fluid ounces. So that's one thing, it's great. And another area that I check is the ingredients list. Now, there's only cranberry juice, which is awesome because we know there's no high fructose corn syrup and a lot of other, preservatives, additives that we don't need. We just need this to be as pure as possible. And again, this is one of the purest form of cranberry juices that you can get on the shelf. One spice I forgot to get the nutmeg. Let me grab the nutmeg. And okay. So these two spices are amazing for the thyroid function. It helps to regulate the blood sugar levels, and it also helps to reduce inflammation. So I'm going to add these two to my drink, as well as the remaining ingredients that you see here. I'm going to start preparing the ginger root. Just remove the peel, remove the skin, the outer layer of skin. I really don't go really deep. And if you have a peeler, that's fine, but I'm just skilled in using a knife. Also, whenever using cooking ginger or boiling ginger, it's important to break it down because when it's whole, you don't really get all the nutrients from the ginger itself. So breaking it down in a blender or just cutting it up into little pieces, just something just to break down the ginger, because this is a very strong root. So you want to make sure that this is fine enough, so again, so that you can get the ginger root juice out of this. I have my blender cup. I'm going to add my ginger root, 1 cup of water, and then I'm going to blend that together to break down the ginger. Okay. Now to mix all of the remaining ingredients together, using my saucepan instead of a teacup because it broke. So this will do. So that's fine. That's not broken up all the way because I add too much water. But that's fine for now. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of cranberry juice. Adding 2 tablespoons of cranberry juice. And the water that I'm using is can be either bottled water or filtered water, either or. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon and a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Earlier I did mention how beneficial, maybe less, I'm gonna use 1/8 of both. Earlier I did mention how beneficial these 2 spices are for inflammation. For those of you who are confused in regards to what inflammation is the breeding ground for disease. So another thing I forgot to mention in regards to this, while I walk over and let this simmer, I'm going to simmer these ingredients together. Another thing, another point I forgot to make as far as the metabolism goes, please go ahead and get your blood work. Most people, they're exercising, they're eating, they're switching their diets without getting their blood work. They have no idea that things are going on inside of their bodies that isn't in agreement with how they're eating or how they're working out. For example, a lot of people may have an issue with their thyroid. I'm gonna just break this down for you right now. I'll go to the gym and see someone killing it, not because you see somebody being overweight, that is an excuse to say, okay, they're not working hard enough, because sometimes people medically have an issue. So please be mindful and stop judging the book by its cover. Stop making fun of people, because medically people do suffer, and that medical issue may be a thyroid function issue. You know, you have a problem with thyroid. Again, I mentioned how thyroid helps to control the metabolism. So oftentimes people will eat clean. When I say eat clean, I mean you sat down with a nutritionist, you sat down with a dietitian, you sat down with a professional that was able to give you a meal plan. You followed it to the T. Then you hired a professional personal trainer to help you to structure your workout regimen. Then you are doing that. You're being strict with your meals. You're being consistent. You're going to the gym. You're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, but you're not losing the weight quick enough. The thyroid gland does affect that. So most people have no idea that they have a thyroid issue, and they're killing themselves comparing themselves to other people. It could be genetically. It's a lot of factors that play into that. So please always take that into consideration. Go ahead and get that blood work done. Figure out what's going on with you internally so that you can eat according to how your body likes to function. So while we're waiting for that to simmer, then once that simmers, then we're going to add the last 2 ingredients, which is going to be the orange and the lemon juice. Ingredients have simmered. I'm draining out the pulp from the ginger root simply because ginger root, when it's whole, it takes a while for it to break down, and it takes too long, you know, when you're trying to get all the benefits from the ginger root. So that's what I'm doing, is removing the pulp from the ginger root. With my mom, she's taught me to use a spoon. Okay, any excess juice that's on top, you don't want to waste. Get all the extra juices that's on top. Now, for the orange and the lemon, we're going to use half of an orange gonna squeeze the juices. Again, I'm gonna use my strainer to hold any type of seeds that these fruits may have. Okay, so this is what this looks like after the cranberry juice, the water, all of the ingredients have been mixed up. You want to know when I would take this in. I would consume it either in the morning with my breakfast, in the afternoon, or or for dinner. I'll consume this as a tea or just an extra drink. Whatever amount of serving that I would want, or whatever amount of serving that I like, I'll just quadruple the servings or double the servings so that I can have more, so I can consume that throughout the day. And this is pretty much it with this drink. So just to recap, make sure that you check your thyroid function, get your blood work done to see what's going on internally, not only to check your thyroids, but just to make sure that it's functioning properly. You know, as we get older, a lot of things change, and it's important just to make sure that you're in good health. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Please make sure that you engage. And if you're interested in this type of content, let me know if you want to see more stuff like this. Again, I'm Magda Civil. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Take care.